Okay, so real quick, I just want to really quickly mention that I'm from Canada. Okay, and down here in Canada, we are really multicultural. We, have a lot of people from different countries come down here and, we accept them because that's what Canada is, a very multicultural country. And me, I'm born in Canada and I'm, to be honest, not racist. I love every culture the same way and everyone's special in their own way. And on top of that, there's a lot of things I question nowadays. Like the N-word, for example. I have no idea who has the rights to use it or how it works, to be honest. It seems foreign to me at this point. And you guys will see why during the story time if you guys saw the title. But other than that, real quick, I just want to mention thank you guys for all the love and support on these videos recently. You guys have been seriously insane. And on top of that, join the Discord server and, join me live on Twitch to hang out with me, talk to me. Because seriously, it means a lot when you guys do. And I love connecting with each and every single one of you guys. You guys have been awesome. You guys have been amazing. And like I always say, thank you guys so much. But on top of that, let's get straight into the story. Yo, what is going on, you guys? My name's Bubba and welcome back to another crazy story. So obviously, if you guys saw from the title of this video, yes, this story is actually really insane. And honestly, like I said earlier, I'm not racist. So before someone goes in the comments and saying like, oh, like you're so racist, like you can't respect other cultures. I know how to respect other cultures. It's just times like these and scenarios like these where I don't know what the heck to do. And you guys can't blame me for it because I doubt you in this situation would know what to do better. Okay, I really do doubt it. Or maybe you guys do know because you guys are part of a newer generation. I don't know. But anyways, let's get straight into this. So I remember one time when I was like in grade 10, we had this girl in our school and she was like a new girl that came in recently and she, had like dreads on. She was white skinned and, she had like her pants like literally like sagging down to a point where you could see her like big juicy peach. And like, honestly, it was a lot going on. Don't get me wrong. She had a nice peach, but like her hair smelled bad all the time. And honestly, like I had no idea and was no way interested in this girl whatsoever. Obviously, I ended up being in a class with her and that was in our like English class, I believe. But the way she would talk to me was very, very interesting. Because I remember one time when we were in class together, we got partnered up in like some school project we had to do. And she looked at me and she's like, so like, Sprap, you know what you're gonna do, bro? You're gonna end up doing all the work for me? Because like, I'm not going to unless you want like my dad to pull out his AK-47 and like strut you in the head. You know what I'm saying, dog? Because my dad's blood crip. You know what I'm saying? And I remember looking at her and I'm like, what part of America did you come from? Like, I don't know if she was from Chicago or she ended up coming from Toronto. To be honest, I didn't really care where she came from. But I'll tell you one thing, it definitely wasn't in my city because like the only types of gang kids that we have around, Vancouver really is like failed SoundCloud rappers. Like, I don't really know what else to say there. But going on, I remember we were just kind of chilling and, I was doing my class and I ended up just doing the work and stuff. And I remember my teacher walked down seeing me do all the work while she was just on her phone snapping some guys that were from her hometown, apparently. The teacher walked up to us and she looked at me and she's like, Bubba, why are you doing all the work? And I remember I just looked at her and then I looked at the girl that, basically thought she was black. And I looked at her and I'm like, I don't know. And before I could finish the sentence, the girl that thought she was black literally looks at the teacher and goes, why don't you shut up? And then literally calls her the N-word, the literal N-word. Now, YouTube, please don't demonetize this video because I'm not saying the N-word. But this girl ended up calling the teacher the N-word. Like, I don't know how to like explain this, guys, but it was actually a really big deal. Because when I remember when she said that out loud, the teacher's eyes opened wide in like panic, and everyone in the classroom looked directly at our table. And I remember just sitting there like, like what am I supposed to do now? Clearly, it's not my turn to say it because I'm not gonna say the N-word to a teacher. And it was just really, really awkward. I remember she ended up getting sent to the office, and the teacher, basically told me to go to her desk and, basically me and the teacher would partner up and do the work. Yay, I love being partnered with the teacher when my partner called the teacher the N-word. I don't know. It was a long story. But that wasn't even the worst of it, guys. I remember the next day I was just walking down the hallway and I was just doing my own thing. And I remember this girl ended up, basically walking straight up to me. And when she walked up straight to me, she was like, yo, like, bro, like, why didn't you like support me, bro? Like, why didn't you like, defend me against the teacher? Like, why were you just stuttering, standing there like a shrimp? And I remember looking at her and I'm like, what? Shrimp? I was so confused on what this girl was saying because I don't speak gangster or I don't speak straight out of Compton, okay? Like I saw the, documentary. The documentary was cool and I liked the song, but I don't know anything about it. And this girl was just basically acting all gangster in front of me. She was pulling up some gang signs. I think she made like a W symbol like on Fortnite. I don't know. I was really confused. But then this girl just kept going off and yelling and yelling and yelling. And then she says it again in the hallway. She literally calls me the N-word in the hallway again. and again and again, to the point where I was like really weirded out. Because I'm gonna be honest, I don't know the rules of the N-word. Like I said earlier in this video, I don't know if it comes from what color your skin tone is. I don't know if it comes from what culture you're in. I don't know if it comes from, you know, where you're born and raised, because apparently everyone takes it differently. But in my mind specifically, I thought the N-word at that time was, you know, what color of your skin it was. And you guys can correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. I don't know. You guys can correct me down there. I don't know how it works. But basically, this girl kept calling me the N-word in the middle of the hallway. And then I remember there was a black guy who walked up to us. And he was like a friend in my rugby team at the time. And he walked up to us and basically said, yo, why are you calling him a... And he ended up saying the N-word. Now, him saying it wasn't a big shock because like I already knew he said it. But when this girl ended up arguing with this guy, they just went back and forth until this girl ended up just straight up just yelling and then turning around and walking her way as she's like, you know, basically her butt was like really big. And going on though, sorry, I got distracted with her peach. She had a nice peach at least. But she ended up walking away, and then my buddy's like telling me like, yo, like just like stay away from her, bro. You understand? I'm like, and I'm like, yeah, sure, like all good. I'll definitely stay away from her. But then the end of the school day comes down, and obviously when the last bell rang and we all sprinted out of the school to get away from school, because obviously that's like how high school is, I remember I ran into her again. Now this time, honestly, I didn't know what to do because she was walking directly towards me and I had no idea what to do. At this moment, I'm like, okay, is she gonna beat me up? Is she actually gonna throw a punch? Like what are the rules here? Like, am I allowed to run? Like I was just really confused. And then I remember I ended up texting my friend like, yo, like this girl is coming towards me and I feel like she's about to beat me up right now. And the only response I got out of him was, bro, equal rights, equal fights, dude. Like just knock her out. Like no. The last thing I could ever do is hurt a woman. Like it just doesn't make sense. Like I can do many things, okay, but actually hurting them is something I don't like doing. Like I'm sorry, I'm the last guy to ever throw a punch at a girl, like ever. But then this person walks up to me and she's just straight up like, again, yelling at me, and then she ended up calling me the N-word. I don't know, apparently me not standing up for her in that classroom was a big deal for her. And then I started kind of just talking to her. I'm like, listen, like I don't know what you want me to do. I don't know what I'm supposed to do here. And then she ended up just kind of screaming at me, and it got to the point where people ended up hearing that she was calling me the N-word. Now this is the part where things get really serious, and honestly, like I just want to mention real quick, like this was a pretty big deal. This girl ends up actually straight up slapping me across the face, like legitimately, like whack. And when I saw that, I'm like, what in the world? And I'm feeling the side of my face, and I can like feel it was a good slap, guys. But then she ends up yelling the N-word one last time. But then there was a voice from behind me coming up, and it was a large group of African girls or black girls. Just I don't know how you guys want to take it. I'm just gonna say African girls because I don't really like saying there was a group of black girls behind me, but you guys get the gist. Going on, they ended up walking up towards me and they were defending me to the point where they actually ended up punching this girl, and they were actually all fighting. There was a girl fight happening right in front of me, and it was like 6 black girls versus one wanting to be black girl. I don't know how to explain it, but it was actually really insane. And these girls were just going at it. They kept fighting. They kept punching. It got to the point where I think the girl ended up having like a bleeding nose. And me just standing there, I'm just looking, thinking, what am I supposed to do in this situation? Then teachers ended up coming down from the school, and then they had to like break it up and stuff. And then I got sent to the office, and it was like this whole situation. We had to explain the whole situation, and it ended up being that the girl that was acting black the entire time ended up getting expelled, and she ended up going to a different school. And then that's like basically the main gist of what ended up happening. Honestly, it was kind of crazy, and at the same time it was like a lot to handle, which it makes sense because let's be real here, it was very interesting. And before anyone says anything, like I said in the beginning, in the middle, and we're gonna say the end of the video, I am not racist in any way, but the way this story went was honestly insane, and I just had to tell it because honestly it was actually something very memorable in my head that I thought was really cool. But other than that, guys, make sure you guys click the link down below, and make sure you guys leave a like and subscribe if you guys haven't already. And seriously, join the Discord server, join the Twitch streams, and like I always say, fall for more embarrassing stories. All right, peace out, guys.